Dan, how are you, mate?
First beach, Jesus.
I'll tell you what, Dan, that was a sensational drive, mate. I didn't even have to do a thing. It just goes to show when you're bogged, a little bit of perseverance can go a long way. So, oh, tell you what, the beach down here is beautiful. This is the first time Dan has ever brought down the Discovery. That's a V8. So it's a D2 and it's got a traction kit. Hey Dan! He's so happy with himself. Yeah, no, the Discovery 2 is, this current model doesn't have a traction centre diff lock, so it relies on the traction control. Done really well. I'm very happy with that. Let's jump in. Time's a waste and we got a whole day ahead of us. So we're just heading up into number 2 bay now. We left our campsite probably 10 minutes ago. Already stuck into the fun this morning. That was good. So yeah, let's check out number 2 bay. Last time I came around here, people were camping, but let's have a look. And here we are, exiting number 2, heading back onto the beach, heading straight towards Carpenters Rocks. But little did we know that up ahead, as the beach is good now, things are about to get much, much softer and a little bit more entertaining. Hold on, Dan. Nah. I'm going to have to pull you or something. You go back?
I think you might, yeah.
Just stop, stop, stop. Go back again. Stop. Go forward again. Go the disco, go the disco. Holy dolly, this beach is soft.
Had it all day, but I think if you just want to give me a tug up there, that'll probably be a lot better.
Alright. I'll see if I can get the Daihatsu up. I'm in a bit of a I'm in a bit of a situation myself.
Hey, how are you? Yeah, we come down here all the time. It's just they went to go and recover the other bloke.
Not from up Adelaide.
No.
I would have thought that they'd be able to drive beach.
So after a bit of digging around like a couple of old chooks and catching up with a mate on the beach, who was very happy to support the channel, and again, I won't mention any names, but thank you very much, we moved on to the old Land Rover. And we call this little section Land Rover Beach for obvious reasons. So we made it just out of Carpenters Rock, probably about, what, 5 km or so along the coast.
Probably about that.
And we thought it would be a good idea for a family meeting between Dan and another 4-wheel drive. Well, the beach is busy today. Absolutely crazy. Oh, there's a camper trailer too.
Yeah, Patriot. Is it Patriot? Yeah.
Yeah, it might be something.
Yeah, you'll go towing that down the beach. I guess it's pretty alright along here, but...
Nice bit of tyres on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've stopped here for more or less a family reunion. That old chassis there is the remnants of a Disco 1 V8. It's been here for around about, I reckon, be kicking on to about 8-9 years now. Something like that. It's amazing how it's still here. Anyway, Dan's brought his D2. That is also a V8. How's the V8 going anyway, Dan? Still going alright? Not getting hot?
Yeah, no, that's fine now. Still learn how to drive it. It's automatic.
A bit different.
It is. But it's going alright. I've sort of figured out what it needs. Yeah.
Well, that's alright. Anyway, I reckon family reunion's over. Should go have a pie, eh?
Absolutely.
See if we can get past these 4-wheel drives. Carpenters Rocks. We're out at the moment, Bucks Bay. And this little place is actually quite popular in my videos because of one particular reason. I reckon that in the lower southeast, where we are at the moment, South Australia, they have some of the best pies and fish and chips that you can't go past. Absolutely superb. And I reckon if you guys are down this way, I highly recommend taking a quick little detour off the road and coming in and checking it out. Tell them I sent you there and see how you go. Oh, trust me, well worth it. So Dan and I jumped back on the beach again after we went to Carpenters Rocks. As you can see him, he's right behind me. Good on you, Dan. The Disco's doing really well, to both of our surprise. More so, I think, Dan than me. Yeah, just because of the traction control idea, it didn't really have a... Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, so we're back on the beach again. We just went to Carpenters Rocks for a pie. That was really nice. As always, best pies in South Australia, I reckon. And now our goal is to head back up to not number 2, Beachport. Number 2's on the way, of course. So yeah, good fun. Today, it's starting to get a little bit warm. From what I know, the forecast, I don't know the wind or the tide times, which is probably bad. I should really check that. Yeah, but as far as the weather goes, it's going to be about 41 degrees today. And I can already feel the warmth in the air. It's coming in off the coast, well, straight up and down the beach. So we're headwind at the moment, heading towards Beachport. One thing about it though is help keep the cars cool. So I'm keeping an eye on the flag, making sure that's got the wind going in the right direction, and yeah, we'll go from there, I suppose. I'm just coming around the point here. Beautiful. All the sea mist is pretty well cleared up and it's looking absolutely superb. So we're going to get cracking right into our drive and hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't break anything. How are we, guys? I tell you what, we're bloody hot. Like, hot. It's... Dan's over there working the V8. And I pulled up along next to him there, that's in the high track. Tell you what, we're maybe about 5k's. Actually, scratch that, we're 2 kilometres Beachport side of Channel Rock. It is so soft here. Our tyres are pretty flat. Like, flat. You know what I'm talking about when I say flat, I mean like flat. But anyway, like flatter than a Fanta on a hot day, which it is a hot day. I'm not sure what degrees it is. I think it's like, it's supposed to be about 41. Oh, Dan's getting out. Oh, this doesn't look good. But everything's hot. The sand is hot. The cars are, well, surprisingly running all right, but all the camera gear is getting extremely hot. And, oh, it's just, we really shouldn't be down here on a day like today. It is ridiculously warm. Poor old Dan over there is working that little V8. And, yeah, he's stuck in a pretty awkward situation. Like a very awkward situation. Dan, what's the update, mate?
Epic fail. I'm gonna need to tug out.
Oh no. Okay.
First one.
You can't dig.
I don't have a shovel. You got a shovel?
I've got a shovel.
Oh yeah? Where is it?
Just let me put my boots on. That sand is hot as. Alright, let's get into it. Now, Dan and I have been driving particularly on the beach, for a little while now. You know, I guess it's probably going on 3 years, in patches, like every public holiday or so. But even some of the best drivers get caught out occasionally. And this is one of those times. We're mucking around out here on a 41-degree day, and it's not exactly ideal. So our main goal here is to get out as quickly and efficiently as possible without using up, you know, our resources. Which we don't have much. We've got a few bottles of cold water, but, you know, you can't drink the ocean, can you? Anyway, a few shovels behind the wheel, and careful wheel placement, and we managed to get Dan rolling. But for how long? It's another story. Dan's a really good driver, and it doesn't help that the Discovery 2, in this case, doesn't have a centred diff lock, although it is performing extremely well in this soft sand. It really surprises me. But anyway... So even though it is 41 degrees today, the sand is soft and it is very hot. You know, the typical kind of beach weather. We have got it lucky compared to what happened a few months later with a mate of mine. We were cruising down the beach over Easter, and in this very exact spot, things took a turn for the worst. And I'll drop in a clip to show you what... we didn't have any cameras recording at the time, but we did have a dash cam, thankfully. So I'll drop in that clip right here, and you'll be able to see that for yourselves. It is not a very good place to be in at all. So it's probably best, if you come down here, to get out and test the beach for yourself. Go for a walk maybe. But, yeah, it's just caught us out that day. Very bad stuff. And just like that, with a couple of camera tricks, we're back in action. All thanks to a bloke who came along with a 40 Series Land Cruiser, out of all things, and helped us out with a PTO winch. And I reckon that was a bit special to see one of them in operation. The winch, I mean. I've got a 40 Series in the shed. That's a spoiler for another day. Anyway, we're going to get back onto the video and cruise up to the Beachport. And I reckon there's something a little bit special there waiting for us. You have to just stick around and find out. Alright, so that's the Daihatsu up. Now Dan's going to let me drive the Defender. Poor Defender. The Disco. Hey, here's a Subi. Oh my god, is that Belinda?
Oh, it looks like
Oh, it is too! It's Belinda! How are you guys? Oh, I haven't still got that. Yeah. Something having a four-wheel drive.
Might have some form of rudimentary all-wheel drive. You're about to find out.
We can't see one.
There you go. Outside.
Oh, it's very warm. You're lucky you got air conditioning.
It's not like air conditioning.
The V8 with air conditioning.
3 zones of air conditioning.
So how much fuel? 3 zones?
This side and the back.
Land Rover thing, right?
You wouldn't understand.
So with the aircon on, how much fuel have you used?
That's my question.
This will be interesting.
It's under half a tank, so it's probably used 3/4 of the tank.
Just doing the beach trip.
Yeah, Mount Gambier. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I suppose it's not too bad.
Given how I was driving on the beach,
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
A bit of heavy throttle. Anyway. We've come down here after all the boggings and madness and everything that we've been doing. Dan and I have quickly whipped down into the Oil Rig Square campsite, the first one, just off the 4 June. We're a little bit cooler in here, surprisingly. Not much wind, but yet for some reason it's still cold, even if it is, what, 40, 41 is supposed to be today. What is it actually? The Land Rover will tell us.
It says 27.
27 degrees. A nice
Can't make
toasty
much
27,
right.
there you
That
go.
can't be right.
So, considering what we've been through today, and just getting here, we deserve a well-rested break. So we're going to do that. I'm going to use those amenities just there and crack a cold one, and we'll get back on the tracks very shortly. So stick around, because we're only just getting started. Beachport's up next. Let's have a look in here. Ah, beautiful. Good shit. Straight from Coles. Beautiful. Hey Dan,
Hello.
I've got an idea.
Yeah?
How about you give that thing a go?
Suppose I could. Why not?
It'd take a lot of getting used to. Heaps of power.
You'll have to lower your standards and drive this.
What's that, sorry?
You'll have to lower your standards and drive this.
That's alright. Now, I don't know whether you're very familiar with this thing or not, being Japanese, but that thing there is called a gear knob, and you've got 5 selectable gears.
It's got race mode.
Yes, it does.
Let's go racing.
And on the floor there, you've got an extra pedal called a clutch.
What does it do?
It activates race mode.
Oh. So what? Race and then go?
Yeah, you put it in race mode first and then put your foot on the clutch.
Oh.
No, don't do that.
Go! Oh. We can go anyway. We'll try it again. Right?
So I think Dan likes the Daihatsu. Going by that. Woo, Deanie! I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Discovery, eh? How do you drive it? She's an auto-go-matic. An auto-go neutral. Oh, wasp, go away. Get lost. Right. An auto-go neutral. Righto, let's give her a crack. Is this thing in low range or something? Or? Oh, so bizarre. You're sitting up so high in this thing. And Dan looks really weird. Oh, this is like... Compared to the Defender that I drove before, this is actually so comfortable and relaxing and... Oh, I got an armrest, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Oh, she changed gears on me. Is this thing in low range? It must be in low range. I don't know how to drive. It's a Defender. It's not a Defender, it's a Disco. It's just weird. But yeah, no, I'll spin the camera around and have a look because I'm sitting up so high in this thing. It is ridiculous. Comfy though. I love it. This is like so high up. I mean, it's probably hard to tell by the camera, but just the sound of the V8. I mean, you can... It's hard to hear it on the inside. Where are the window controls? Anyway, here comes the Dan. Look, providing a Land Rover's going alright, great respect for anyone who drives one. These things are just completely insane. Defenders, Discoveries, they're completely different, but yet so much the same. And they're just, both vehicles are absolutely phenomenal. So, what do you think of the Daihatsu?
Yeah, it goes alright. Why does it have like 90-degree exhaust temperatures and only 8 pounds of boost?
The 8 pounds of boost is because I changed the gauge and I only reads 8 pounds of boost for some reason. The 80-90 degree temperature is because the sender is not in the exhaust yet. I've got to get a proper system put on it.
It doesn't seem to need the turbo form, but at the same time, like, it should be boosting. Boost!
Yeah, I don't know, it's something, you see what I mean, how it's a little bit bizarre.
It's quite bizarre. How did that go?
That thing is insane.
Isn't it?
It's
Especially when you just floor it.
Yeah, it's
kicks
got
over to 5,000 RPM.
It's funny because like you're just sitting on a quarter throttle most of the time, and then when you floor it, like you steadily put your like foot on the accelerator and keep it going down to the floor. First of all, it doesn't feel like there's any floor to start with, so it just keeps going down. And the more you put your foot down, the more power it gives the engine. It's very well set up. It feels very responsive.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good.
I can't say that about the fuel economy though.
Did you use all the rest of the fuel? Or?
Probably. I don't know.
It's not as bad as that Jeep. Remember the Jeep?
Yeah, I remember the Jeep. So Dan, you bought a Jeep.
Bought a Jeep.
Oh, it's beeping at me. Engine lights on. It's just a fuse gone. Should be right.
Just Jeeps thing you wouldn't understand. Oh yeah, no, it's not as bad as that. She's getting close, but she's not as bad as that.
Oh, good. Well, today's been a wild day. Oh, it's been a workout and a half, just digging four-wheel drives.
Oh, you can get more power if you turn AC on.
Oh, is the aircon on?
Yeah, it comes on. Oh, is it?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe I turned it off. No, it didn't go down.
But anyway, as you can probably see in the background up there, past Dan, there's a sign that says South End. So we're this close. So getting pretty late in the day. We're going to head up Beachport. We're going to go to the pub, I think.
Oh yes.
It's my turn to shout Dan for a schnitzel. I think he paid for the last one at Woods Point.
Farmer. Oh
Yep.
my god, yeah.
Some SA's fine cuisine.
Oh, absolutely. I don't care where it comes from, so long as it's enough.
Alright, well, it's still quite warm out here on the sand. We desperately need a shower, the both of us. I might even go for a dip in the ocean later if I can bear how cold it is. But we're not going to take that track up there. We're actually going to go down the coast and see if we can get up that sand hill that's, well, if it's still there. I haven't been down there for at least a year or so, so it's been quite a while. But we can only fail, so let's try.
Hello.
What are you doing there? Ah, right. Now, because we spent a night and a day down the beach, I suppose you could say, at this point, all the salt from the salt air tends to mount up on everything. It gets in everything. And even on the windows, being a hot day, it will stick to the window and then fog everything up. It's very bizarre. But so, when you come down the coast, make sure you give your car a good wash afterwards, because salt gets everywhere. So we just pulled into South End, and we're about to go on the beach, head around to Beachport, and we're stopped here at the entrance by a couple of ambulances. Turns out someone's injured down the coast. I don't know what, how or when, where, I don't know anything about it, but yeah, no, stopped by a couple of ambulances, but they've driven off, so hopefully it's safe to continue down. We'll find out later. So I didn't really record much from this point onwards, for obvious reasons. I believe people like their privacy. Anyway, Dan and I made it to the Beachport Pub perfectly sound and okay, so that was good. We sat down in there, we squeezed in, only just to get a meal. Everyone was very busy and the pub was absolutely jam-packed on a 40-degree day. But we had a few cold refreshing drinks and a beautiful meal that was cooked to perfection, and I reckon Dan was very satisfied after that. We also met a few blokes on the beach and got some stickers to them, so that's good on you guys for supporting the channel, and we had a lot of fun along the way. Absolutely gorgeous day for it. Even though it was very, very hot, the cars and everything performed flawlessly, and everything was just top notch. I really want to say a big thank you to everyone out there who supports us on the channel, who we met along the beach, and different people we've met. I can't remember now because it's been such a long time. And we made the video a little bit late this year. And I just want to say a massive thank you to the Beachport Pub and Jarmo's petrol station, because they were currently closing when I wanted to go and grab some diesel. So thank you guys for getting me some diesel before we headed out again. The plan was that we were going to head up the other side of Beachport there and set up camp there somewhere. So thankfully we got some diesel. Want to say a big thanks to the Beachport Pub for squeezing us in there right at the last minute, mind you, and serving us a meal and some cold refreshing drinks. For everyone else, thank you for supporting the channel, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys very shortly in the next video. Thanks guys.